Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. We shared a story here about what Kimani Ngunjiri said.
And I want to say in this media and everybody in Kenya to hear me, I'm not in UDA myself. I'll never wear yellow anymore.
What happened?
And in that story, Kimani Ngunjiri had been hosted at Spice FM. And Kimani Ngunjiri, in the process of the discussion, shocked Kenyans by saying that he was not in UDA. I don't know how many of you watched the video he shared, and because it has been trending and so many people have been talking about it, I am not in UDA. And even talked about UDA ni hatari. You know, nobody would have expected Kimani Ngunjiri to say such words. But that is what he said, ladies and gentlemen. So I want us to go to Honorable SANKOK David, who is the Iyala Member of Parliament, being on the UDA faction. So SANKOK surfaced yesterday, the 7th April 2024, with a response to what Kimani Ngunjiri said. And during his response, he said that Kimani Ngunjiri is his cousin. I never knew, by the way. I don't know, that's just a political statement, but that is what he said. So I want us to go on to what David SANKOK said when he was defending the position of Kimani Ngunjiri. But before you do that, let me encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to please like this video. It's so important if you like this video, because the more the likes, the better YouTube shares it to other people who are not part of our audience. Also subscribe to this channel to make it grow. Those who supported us before by subscribing, thanks so much for your support. So this is what SANKOK said.
My biological blood cousin, Honorable Kimani Ngunjiri, and yes, it is true, is out of UDA, but is 100% loyal to the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Arap Ruto, and he support Kenya Kwanza government 100%. And if there is anybody who will not support the President, it will not be Kimani Ngunjiri. We all know how he suffered from the previous regime, how he was intimidated by the deep state, the system, and the likes of Matiang'i, how he was disarmed, how he is almost confiscated, how he took with a bold step the tear gases during a by-election of a ward in Nakuru. But in any case, Kenya Kwanza government, the top management, the first in command is William Samoei Arap Ruto, is in UDA. The second in command is His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, is in UDA. The third in command is the Right Honorable Moses Wetangula, who is in Ford Kenya. The fourth in command is Amason Kingi, who is in People African Alliance Party. The fifth in command is Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime CS, who is in ANC. So if you can see that arrangement.
Very well. So from that video, ladies and gentlemen, there is something very interesting. Two things. One, SANKOK defended Kimani Ngunjiri. That is tick. But in the middle of defending Kimani Ngunjiri, SANKOK said Mudavadi is the fifth in command. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to this listing of SANKOK. First, he said the first in command is William Ruto. Correct. The second in command is Rigathi Gachagua. Correct. The third in command is Moses Wetangula. Correct. The fourth in command is Amason Kingi. Correct. But the fifth in command is Musalia Mudavadi. We all know that according to the executive order number 1 of William Ruto, or the executive order 1 of William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi is supposed to be the third in command. The third in command. But going by what SANKOK has said, this is going to cause another political storm, because the people who are in support of Mudavadi think that Mudavadi should be the second in command or the third in command. Ole SANKOK being a person within UDA, we don't know how or who sent him to make such a statement, but he made that bold statement and said Musalia Mudavadi is the fifth in command. So then we also know very well that Musalia Mudavadi and Rigathi Gachagua are not on the same page matters politics. They could be in the same government, but if you look at these people, most of the time the meetings they attend, they always attend separate meetings. And when they attend a joint meeting, Mudavadi always throws some political jabs on Rigathi Gachagua, just silent ones which are not that chaotic in a way. So we also know very well that Mudavadi and Rigathi Gachagua are contesting for the same position. A thing that already the people within UDA, especially led by Nyeri governor, talked about, the issue of having two deputies in UDA. And we also know that Mudavadi has already indicated his interest to join UDA, but Moses Wetangula has not. So this statement from the Iyala Member of Parliament, David Ole SANKOK, saying that Mudavadi is the fifth in command, is sending a very, very strong message to the people of Mudavadi. I think Mulembe Nation now should start waking up to know that Mudavadi is not the fifth in command. In fact, the Speaker of the Senate is the fourth in command, according to SANKOK. So we cannot ignore what SANKOK has said there, because SANKOK speaks as a UDA member. He is a UDA member. That's why he was nominated as a Iyala Member of Parliament. So we can't ignore the fact that SANKOK said that Mudavadi is the fifth in command. Of course, we also know that there's going to be political tension going forward. The people in ANC who are still in ANC but still defend Musalia Mudavadi will not agree to this statement, and they might likely, start some political conversation trying to downplay that narrative and say that Mudavadi should be the third in command. Natembeya said something when in one of the events in Trans Nzoia, when he was responding to this issue of third in command. He said that according to him, the third in command is the army, not those people who are being mentioned as speaker, Speaker who, Mudavadi, Mudavadi is the third in command. No, he talked about the army, the force being the third in command. And I agree with Natembeya, because look at it here. Musalia Mudavadi is assumed as the third in command in the executive order. But if you look at powers bestowed on these people, the person who can pull the strings here is either Speaker Wetangula, Rigathi Gachagua, William Ruto, or the army. Musalia Mudavadi, no way. Musalia Mudavadi can't even make a recommendation about an appointment of a CS. In fact, to make the matters worse, he is a foreign CS. So that means he's a foreign affairs cabinet secretary, but also given a role of being a prime cabinet secretary. So it's different from the position that Raila Amolo Odinga occupied. Raila had almost half of the members of the cabinet, not almost half, in fact half of the members of the cabinet come from his side. Mudavadi has how many? Close to none. Maybe if there is any, is one. We know about Wetangula, only one. So Raila was more powerful back then, more powerful than Mudavadi is now, So on this issue, ladies and gentlemen, SANKOK maybe did not intend to reveal to the people the position of UDA, matters over how powerful Musalia Mudavadi is in Ruto's government. Maybe he did not intend to do that. Maybe he only wanted to deliver a message about Kimani Ngunjiri, because the intention was to defend Kimani Ngunjiri's statement when Kimani Ngunjiri talked about the issue of him decamping from UDA. In fact, he said he cannot never wear yellow. So he was basically trying to defend Kimani Ngunjiri. And then he also talked about the sacrifices which Kimani Ngunjiri made. And that as an elder, he felt that he's not being accorded a recognition by being given a job. The idea here is to get a job in the RUTO government, a government which he says he helped in championing for. So maybe SANKOK never meant to mention the aspect of Musalia Mudavadi becoming the fifth in command. What we know that is going to cause political storm. Maybe he only meant to talk about the issue of Kimani Ngunjiri, but then what we call a slip of the tongue, you know, or maybe it was a very tactical way of telling the people the true position of Musalia Mudavadi as far as UDA position is concerned. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this statement from SANKOK? SANKOK calling Musalia Mudavadi the fifth in command and defending Kimani Ngunjiri, whom he says is his cousin. So, ladies and gentlemen, just tell us below the comment section what you think about that revelation. So perhaps if you watch this video and have not subscribed, please take 1 second and subscribe. Like this video. Until we catch up again, please stay safe and stay blessed.